Now I'd like to talk about the movie Uncut Gems. I recently rented this movie. I wanted to see it when it came out in theaters, I thought, because I remember vaguely watching the trailer and don't remember nothing about it. And I remembered somebody saying that it shocked them how good this movie was and that they were surprised with it. And so I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and rent it. I kind of wish I would have waited and just watched it on TV, but hey, you live, you learn. My opinion, it could have been better. It was just a little slow-paced for my liking, but hey, that's just my opinion. You could completely differ. Now, this movie is rated R for strong, pervasive language. It's got violence, we got sexual content, and we got brief drug use. The synopsis of this movie is, with his debts mounting and angry debt collectors closing in, a fast-talking New York City jeweler risks everything in hope of staying afloat and alive. It stars Adam Sandler, Idina Menzel, and Julia Fox. Now, Adam Sandler is our main character. He plays Howard. His wife is Idina Menzel, which she doesn't have much of a role to speak of. The main female lead here is Julia Fox. Her name in the movie, coincidentally, is Julia, so she got to play herself. Their dynamic is nice, you know. It's believable. It is definitely one of the, it's set in New York City, and I believe it's set in the 80s, I believe. So the language is there. It's typical of what most people would stereotype a New Yorker as, you know, fast talking, swear every other word. Hey, I'm walking here, you know. Hey, you idiot, blah, 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 you know, bicker, yeah. They got big families. Everybody's talking over one another. They're F this, F that, you mother effer, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we got the language. We've got the strong language. We got sexual content. Yeah, we got that, especially between Adam Sandler and Julia Fox's characters of Howard and Julia. They're very sexual beings. They like to dirty talk with one another, so that's in there. Brief drug use, yeah, there's some scenes there, and of course violence. Like I said, he is, well, I didn't say it, but you know, he's a jeweler, but he's a gambler too, so that's why he's got debt collectors closing in on him. And the violence aspect comes from like the bookies coming to try to collect their debts. So it's an interesting movie. It is. I obviously wanted to see what happened. I wanted to see what happened with the character of Howard. Did he get out of debt? Did he not? Did things go his way? I wanted to see how it progressed. I did. So it was an interesting plot line. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it was really slow paced for me. Now, you're not given a lot of backstory. You're really thrown into the action as soon as the movie starts. You know, Adam Sandler, he's going, he's doing, he's moving from this location to that location. He's doing things, he's working the system, if you will. And so it starts off in the action, and it's busy and it's moving. And you don't really get an idea. I mean, you get an idea of how he become the person he is and the way he is. You see that from the beginning, how he is, and basically how he managed to get in the shape he is. And so it's not like we needed a pre-context or anything, you know, a background story. But there was never a moment where I really emotionally felt connected with Howard, where the point where I was like, oh, these things are happening to him. I feel bad. I hope things work out for him. I wasn't emotionally connected with him. It was just something happening on screen to this person. You know, this person that gets money and then gambles, takes a risk, and puts it on this in hopes of getting better results. And, you know, we see his shady business deals and how he does things. And I never connected with him emotionally and felt invested in what happened to him until basically the ending, the very ending of the movie. That was when I finally started getting emotionally connected with him. And, you know, that's an issue because the whole story is through Howard and what's going on with him. Now, there, and you know, a good scene I can bring up that's not going to spoil anything is in about the beginning to midpoint, he gets thrown in his trunk, completely naked by one of the bookies. And, you know, in that scene, you should feel sympathy for him, like, I hope they don't do that to him. And then, you know, he has to call his wife to come out there. And you're expecting a confrontation between these two characters. You're expecting something to happen. And nothing happens. I mean, I understand at that point the ex-wife is, you know, she's just over his shenanigans. She's just done with it. That, you know, she's not going to waste another breath, you know, arguing with him and yelling at him and asking him why he's naked in a trunk. I get that. But we haven't seen that up to this point. We hadn't seen their bickerings and, you know, well, I would have liked to have seen something at that point, but we continue going and, you know, things keep going the way they go for Adam Sandler's character. And again, I never feel emotionally connected to him to the part where, I cared about what was happening to him. Like, I didn't. But there are several different things and there were moments that definitely irked me in the movie that got that response out of me. So there are moments that I really do enjoy about the movie, because there's several different scenes where a character is completely in their own little world doing their own thing, and there's another character interacting with them, and they're just blah 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 blah, talking, and this character is completely oblivious and not even responding to them, and they're just blah 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 blah, and then they get pissed off because this person's not talking to them. And I'm like, he hasn't been talking to you from jump start, and now you're getting pissy. And then there are several moments where there are people talking over one another. And I understand, like, if you're from a big family and everything, there are people talking over one another and you're hearing 15 different conversations and everything. But there are several moments where stuff like that is happening and nobody is listening. Nobody is responding. It would be like if you were at any place and you had a question and you're asking your question and your question's not being answered, no matter how many different people you're talking to, you're just hitting a brick wall every time and nobody's giving you any information, and you just are getting riled up. And then the character on screen isn't, I mean, they're getting riled up, but then they're letting people walk all over them too. So it's that type of thing. So that gets me stirred up. Not that I'm feeling for the character of Howard, but just the situation itself is getting me riled up for the character, because they're not responding in a way I think they should. And so there are several moments where you can get riled up because just characters are talk, and there's 15,000 things going at once. You know, again, it's New York City atmosphere. You know, they're trying to bring in that bustle and the hustle and, you know, the blah, 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 and everything. So, yeah, I understand it. There are good moments of the film. But just, again, it's just that lack of connection with Howard for me. The sexual content, like I said, Howard and Julia, they're very sexual beings. They dirty talk, like, again, it's not over the top. It's not a main issue. Like, it gets brought up here and there, but it's not a main focal point. The main focal point is obviously Howard. He's this jeweler. He's just found this opal, and he's hoping to hit it big with this new stone. And, you know, it's everything that transpires with this new stone, and how is that going to help? Is it going to help him? Is it his big break? Is everything going to happen for him? Is he going to pay off all of his debts? What is going to happen? So it is interesting to see everything, and as everything transpires, and then we get to the end, and the ending happens. And, you know, you guys let me know what you think about the ending down below. I'm going to keep it spoiler free here, even though the movie has been out for a while. I'll keep it spoiler free. For me personally, the ending, it's fitting. it's annoying how things happen and how easy some things are, how easily written off they are, but I like the ending the way it is better than some fairy book storytell ending, if you will. So I enjoyed the ending where but then I'm torn about the end because, like I said, as the movie progresses and right there towards the end, I finally start developing that little emotional connection with Howard. So I do start feeling for him. So as things progress towards the end and then our ending is set up and the ending transpires, yeah, I've got different reactions towards the end than I did towards the beginning of the film. But again, if it's on and you see it, I would give it a shot. It's not one of my top ones that I'm going to be rushing out to go and get and grab and watch it over and over again. Again, that's just my opinion. You let me know your opinions down in the comments down below. Give this video a like if you like it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Till next time, I am Stacy. I'll see you guys. Bye.